Welcome back, Western Oregon sports fans, to this preview edition of Wolves Weekly. Today we're going to preview the Western Oregon and Humboldt State football matchup with Arne Ferguson. Coach Ferg, it seems like we talked quite a few times about this one being a really big game, a lot of excitement around the game, but I guess that's what winning does for you. It sets up a couple of those big ones for you to play.
Oh yeah, it's a huge game at our place. We played them last year, real tough game at our place. Felt like we could have scored more in the red zone and had a better outcome. But it was a 14-7 game at our place, and then at the end of the season to get a win down there, a hard-fought win. So we've been back and back with a very good team, and they're heavily a senior-driven team with a quarterback, running back, and some key players that we feel do a great job of making plays in critical downs, so both offensively and defensively.
Well, as I mentioned, some of that winning has really set up this battle. Right now, Humboldt State comes into the matchup. They're 6-0 on the season, 4-0 in GNAC. You guys are 4-1 in conference play, and so really that's a half game back. But you guys will play this team twice in 4 week span and have a chance to control your fate and search for the GNAC title.
Yeah, it's a huge game for us. The main thing we're concerned about is how can we contain their running back, their quarterback, and phenomenal receivers, and a tight end. Defense, they have very good corners, a D-line that moves around, and linebackers and safeties that really run. So it's definitely a good test for us to see where they're at. They've coming off beating Central Washington at their place, UC Davis, so they have 2 crucial wins that they're coming off of on the road. So we definitely are excited to have them at our place against a team that we feel overall has done a nice job of just making very smart plays. It's hard to understand where they're a team, if you really go back and evaluate, which we have, how many silly mistakes or mistakes that have cost them are probably any. So they're very senior-driven, very motivated, and they execute extremely well. And it's nice to see that quality of football.
Is this probably the most balanced offensive attack in the league with this team?
Oh, no question. And really, the running back is the best running back in our conference, we feel. He had 250 yards against Central Washington, ran all over the place against a good defense. But also the receivers are big play receivers. Then also they also have a short passing game, so they really have a well-balanced offense. They're able to maximize what you give them defensively, and that'll be the chess game there.
So we got to ask you, as the defensive coordinator on this one, keep you up a little bit late at night, studying film a little later this week?
They're very good players. That quarterback makes everything tick. He's still the key on everything. He has great talent around him, but they're very motivated, and it's fun to have them at our place and get a good crack at them against a real quality team.
And it is great to have them at home this weekend, MacArthur Field. The game is actually at 2 p.m. Just don't want people to think that they're all at 1 o'clock. This one game is at 2 p.m. What are some of the keys for Western Oregon then this week offensively?
Offensively, our receivers, other than Trevor Gates, we know he'll show up, have to go up and make big plays to back off their corners. They can try to smother you, their safety smother you, so we need to go up deep, and they need to make plays. Williams needs to make plays. McFarland needs to make plays, and with online a couple of others. And then our O-line really has to move that interior, which you have a really good-sized DTs. They caused everybody problems. They're going to have to get low and move him, and so get a running back some space inside, and also be able to have the speed to bounce it outside. If
you had to say on their defense, what unit of their defense is the best, their strongest point?
Well, I would say their secondary, their safeties, and their middle linebacker, up in the middle, that those guys make play after play after play, and it's good to see.
Well, fantastic. I'm glad that we had an opportunity to talk to you, kind of get some of that game insight, just so fans can get a little bit better opportunity and just set up for this huge matchup here. But as we talked about before, it's always great when you have the opportunity to control your own fate. You don't have to win and hope for something else. And just want everybody to remember that there are tickets still available for this game. There's reserve tickets, GA and stadium seating, and GA tickets available by calling the number you see on the screen. Not looking ahead, we will not do this one. Coach Ferg better not hear me here, but there's also one more game, which will be the following weekend, which is senior day, and that'll be October 29th against Dixie State. So fans will have 2 straight weeks to come out and support the Wolves. This weekend, it's also homecoming week, so there's a lot of activities going on there. So make sure you wear your red and your black, as I know a lot of the student athletes have taken up the black, the idea to get a blackout going there. So just want to remind everybody, come out. It's always great to get support, and it's a great atmosphere out here. So thank you all for checking out this edition of Wolves Weekly, and thank you for joining me today, Arne.
Thanks, Danny.